End grain planing is very taxing, very hard to push it through. So what I've done here is I've placed a block of wood behind it, behind the keep. Behind the wood that I'm going to keep. So this is to avoid the spelching. The other way is to chamfer the edges. Now that's all well and that's well and good. It's pretty fast, but if you don't pay attention to how much you're taking off, that chamfer is just going to become narrower and narrower until it starts to spelch. So this is probably the best, well, not probably, it is the best way to do it. It's the most secure way of doing it. So that's it. Now the downside to this is, I could lower the clamps, but still, the downside is that I can check for square basically like this by laying it down, and it really looks awesome. But you know, I can't check. Even here it looks like it's great, but you know, you look at the reference surface, it's very, very small. And to check it on this side, you know, even though it looks, I mean, when you're good, you know. That's not my reference here. My reference surface is the other side. But what I'm trying to say is that you can't check for square because of the clamp. I could have this clamp facing this way and I can only check across, but I can't check the lengthwise to see if I'm square, but I feel confident that I am. But does it matter? No, it does not matter, because this is the pressing plate, for lack of a better word. This is what's going to sandwich the two pieces together, or you know. So it's, even if this was at an acute angle, it wouldn't matter, and it doesn't have to be square in this direction or that direction. This is just me, and you know, me being on top of things all the time, you know, checking myself. That's all it basically is. Okay, so I have already hand planed this, and this is flat. This is truly flat, and it's so flat that there isn't a smidgen of light that's coming in from underneath, right? It's that flat. It would be interesting to see if I could, if I measured it to see, you know, how flat of an nth of an inch it would be. But it's flat, right? But what I want to do is I want to roughen it up. So by me roughing this surface up, it will help reduce, or in fact it will stop glue creep. So when I sandwich two pieces of these wood together, it won't slip and slide all over the place. I should have done that. I didn't think about this before, but I should have done that to the bottom surface as well. What I was using before was a toothing plane, and I would use it on both pieces, and then I would glue it together, and I would always get zero creep. It doesn't matter. But for whatever reason, it didn't enter my head that I've got a toothing plane. Now that, I mean, that's, you know, because I haven't used it in such a while, I've completely forgotten about it. But I do have a sander, and this sander is it's a really good quality one. It's an industrial version, so this is what you would use in the mass manufacturing or the cabinet making firms. It's very powerful, and this thing today would cost an arm and a leg. It's very robust, it's solid, and I don't know, man, you know, people love Festool. I've never used Festool, but I have, you know, seen it in the hardware shops, and even though what I'm going to be saying right now is probably wrong, but it does look like a toy. I know you guys paid, you know, a bucket loads for your modern day tools. I prefer to stick with the older style, and you know, Man, I've had this for years, and it still goes. It's very powerful. It truly is powerful, but I don't use it very much. So, but I do pull it out now and again when I need to, if I've got really bad reversing grain. So now that I've justified it, you know, don't know why, but I've just justified it. I have this hooked up to my Karcher, which is a shop vac. It's a very good shop vac. It does everything. And I've got 100 grit sandpaper now to this. So I'm going to just quickly go over the surface and have a look to see how roughed up it is. You know, I don't want it to be too roughed up, but then again, I also don't want it to be smooth either. So I'll give this a quick whirl. The only thing I don't like is this attachment here. That's not the attachment that comes with it. In fact, I can't even find the attachment for this. Every time I ask for it, they say, oh, well, you know, you get a bag. I don't want the bag. I've already got the bag. I want an attachment that I can hook this up to the shop vac, so it doesn't make this loud whistling noise. Anyway, you'll hear it now. So it's roughed up the surface somewhat. It's nothing like what a toothing plane would do, but I think this will be enough. I think this will be more than enough. Another thing I forgot to say, that this has an adjustable speed. So, like I said, it's a really good sander. So now that this is done, what I'm going to do is I'll just chamfer these corners, these edges on me, and make it a little bit presentable. Then I will make, see this is, there's a lip here, and I'm going to place this inside that lip. So when I turn this, and this is going to be screwed to that, that's going to lift the board up and also push it down. So I'll do that now, and we're almost extremely close to the end of this very long video.